Back. Same game, different name. Trying to figure out what's going on with these marijuana laws. Making it frustrating to realize all the stuff that I went through with it. Being raised thinking that marijuana was bad for me. Not good at all. Probably, you know what, actually, probably isn't good for you. Probably isn't good for you depending on what age you is, what age you are. Because if you smoking weed, smoking marijuana, I mean, if you're taking any kind of medicine at a young age, whether you're growing up as a teenager, growing up as an infant, growing up as a young adult, your body is still growing. Your body stops growing officially, I believe, around the age of what, early 20s, I believe. That's pretty much the time you stop growing. Some might say the teens, but I'm gonna say maybe your early 20s. That's when your body officially just stops working, stops growing. I mean, not working, but growing. Yeah, you can go out there and get muscles and exercise you know, but even with that, people are still doing some type of. But that's not what I really want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the fact that all those years that I was coming up in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000, then all of a sudden 2012 is when I really started. Only because I had some severe pain. If it wasn't for the pain of me having that bad neck pain, oh my gosh, that pain was so bad. Only because I did too much carrying my daughter on my neck, on my shoulders. You know, since she was born, pretty much, and that just tore my neck up, which which caused me to have to go against what I've always told people, that marijuana was bad, this and that. And I would just say it because they told me that. And it might have been true. I mean, maybe it's good I didn't smoke weed, smoke when I was younger. Maybe that's why. But other than that, it's just the fact that what makes it so frustrating is that so many people who probably was doing it because they they needed it, maybe because maybe they had pain, maybe it helped their pain out. I don't know, because that's why I smoke it, for the pain that I was having for my neck. Is the pain still there? No, it's not. I mean, it's gone, but now I need it for other reasons. Because I didn't know I didn't know they can do that. So when it did it, I just went with it. You know what I mean? I don't have any problems. Now, if I get off of it and I don't smoke it for a while, then yeah, my body wants it, and it's not like I gotta have it, but I figure why not. But the point I'm trying to make is all the people that's that have been in jail and in trouble and this and that and did this over marijuana over the years. But they used to have these urinalysis tests when I was in the army, where they have a surprise inspection to inspect your system, inspect your urine. They would inspect it by having you send you to the to the bathroom with the little bottle to fill up with urine. And they would do that to me all the time. All the time. This all the time they would do it. And the closer I was to get into my to be discharged out the military, the closer I would get to it, the more they would do it. The more they would try to get me for smoking weed. Because they was thinking this guy has to be smoking something. He's in here doing these weird things. So, well, what's weird though? Weird is usually something that you don't understand, something that you can't really, you can't relate with, or you was told not to relate with, you know. So, by them trying to come after me, I mean, they couldn't single me out. They couldn't just, say, "Oh, we're just gonna give Malcolm the test," and you know, but they did the whole platoon, the whole battery, the whole battalion. They probably did the whole post. But all I know is most of these posts had nothing but black men, and a lot of these black men were coming up hot. Hot means you're coming up positive for whatever drug is in your system. And these guys were good soldiers. Oh man, they were good soldiers, and they were getting busted left and right. And then I start to realize, or now I start to speculate and start to think, because things would just dawn on me. Go, wow, were they actually looking for which? And I was thinking this years after I got out. This wasn't during the process. During the process, I wasn't thinking like that. I wasn't probably thinking at all because I was never smoking, so I was never thinking. Whatever I was thinking was already in my head. You know, the Most High Spirit could come to me because I wasn't. So these people would be like, "Man, this guy can't get in for nothing." That's the thing about it. Why are people trying so hard to come after people? You wonder why people come after people. It's all because everything is all. Think about it. Everything that I always talk about, everything I always come up with, whether it's an analogy, whether it's a life experience, whether it's somebody else's experience, whether it's whatever it is, I always relate. It's always something that's in the Bible that relates with it. So if everything that was written in the Bible, if we're all based off everything off the, if everything's based off of the Bible, then we're going by what something was written in a book from people who had a spiritual connection. People like Moses and people like Jesus, people like Adam, all these prophets, Peter, Mark, Luke, John. I mean, just whatever. You got all these biblical people that we go by. So then, so that's when I wrote my own. I feel like that's my own personal Bible. The one I wrote when I was 18 for for what I think the future should be or what I gotta deal with, because these people are just evil, man. I mean, you gotta have something for yourself that can pretty much not go against the grain, but try to, deal with the grain, because you're in there coming, you're coming from yourself. You are your own person. You are your own spirit. You gotta be your own. You gotta find a way to understand that you're somebody, just like somebody else is somebody. You gotta know that, and then that's why I wrote it, to understand that it's gonna come to this one way or another. Now maybe yours might be different, because you might have different tastes, you might have different ideas, you might have um, different experiences. So you're gonna maybe not understand what I'm saying, or not really feel what I'm saying, or relate with it in that aspect of it. But those are words that you understand. You still understand. You can look up. You can define. You can even go to the Urban Dictionary and look it up to get a more reasonable, um, but depending of what you know in your own experiences. So you have to take these things in and understand that people write all these books based off the Bible that we all have, whether it's the Holy Bible, the Quran, and I never really read the Quran. I really did. I really kind of stayed with whatever I was, and I just went from there. And I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start reading more different books to figure out more different things. I'm trying to enlighten myself and realize that people are they have a certain program, and I realize that. And I guess I've already knew it in some way. Just that I figured, okay, if people are just systematically programmed to be a certain way, then I guess I would never know what that way is. So let me find out what my way is, so maybe I can share that to find out if my way can be somewhat beneficial to someone else. Because it's just frustrating to find out that here I am doing something that people, even to this day, they say, I just read something, an article in Georgia, where the guy, where somebody called the cops on New Year's. Somebody was hearing somebody shooting on New Year's, so he called the cops. And cops came, found this party with a whole bunch of people at a party of New Year's, and they found a bag of weed with less than an ounce of weight of marijuana in it. Okay, so they arrested everybody at the party for less than an ounce of marijuana, because nobody would admit it. Nobody would say it was theirs. I don't know. The person might have left it there. It might have been there. Maybe people didn't. Can't be no snitch. So they figured if no one said nothing, then the marijuana would just be taken from the cops. Maybe they can smoke it. I don't know. But no, they don't do that. They take the weed, put it in, and arrest everybody over some weed. Something I'm doing right now, smoking on camera. I'm like, you gonna arrest everybody, put them in jail. You know, so that's where this world have came to. People started to realize, people started to understand that you got laws, you got liars, you got Leos, you got Libras, you got lions. Lying. You're lying. They're liars. Okay? These are all liars. These are people with false hope, false pretenses, just this false everything, which is backwards. Cause it's like, when there's a wrong, there's a right. So it can be flipped. Anything that is can be flipped to be something else. It could be the opposite of what it is, and that could be right. So here we are with all these laws. They're pretty much liars because the law can be changed in a heartbeat. It can be hard. It can be changed. So now all these people that's going to prison or going to jail, because you can go to jail and get another charge. You you go to jail. Now you gotta. Now you have rules in jail. You have jailhouse rules. Now you gotta understand these rules, and these rules right here are gladly to be broken. Cause now you break these laws in jail. Now you have another set uh, of 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 something you have to deal with in jail. You know. Now you think I could have gotten by going through all this and going through all that I've been through without writing the rhyme that I wrote when I was 18? I've always kept that in my head. I've always sung it, rapped it in my head, learned it and dissected it or whatever. And people with the whole life just trying to find a way to to go against it. You know, just like people try to go against the Bible. People write the Bible, and then they go by it and they mark it off of it. They live by it. They do, whether it's good, bad, all in it. They do more of the bad. There's plenty of bad stuff in the Bible. Plenty of everything you think of, whether it's murder, whether it's stealing, whether it's anything negative is in the Bible. Way in the Bible. So if people do more of that, they do good in it. They market more of the bad than they do the good in it. So if everyone's basically going by this and going by that, you know, and it seems like everybody, is complaining about whatever there is to complain about. Why? Because they're all going by the same thing. They're all going by the same thing, playing follow the leader. Instead of not finding out what's right, they find out more about what's wrong. They're focused on what's wrong. Ain't nothing wrong. It should be all right. By now. That's what it should be. It should be all right by now, but it's not. Why? Because you don't want it to be right. You don't need it to be right. We need it to be wrong. That's why I wrote the rhyme. That's why I'm like, why do I keep coming here singing the same thing? Because I've been thinking about it my whole life. That's what getting me by. That's what getting me from all these devils coming at me left and right. Just coming at me for no reason at all. Just because. Just coming at me. And the number one thing is the test. The test. The test is what is supposed to benefit you. That's what a test is. A test is supposed to benefit you. Okay. The test is supposed to benefit you, so okay. But they don't say win's a competitive teacher. That's the thing about it. It's the winning part. People always want to win. People always want to know win. See how these, see the thing about it is, see, really, the English language, it has so many words, so many things meant that sound the same thing, but spelled different. You know, that's why you have to understand these people come over here, these other countries. That's why I get on it. People come here for these countries that's already been established from wrong, from negativity. Okay, so it came from that. So you automatically don't get no respect. Okay, you don't get no respect at all, because you're not. Like I said, when I left this country for a little while. I'm not known as nobody but American. You're an American. You're an American. That's like a damn. You're not even a person. It's like you're more of an American than you are a human or a person. Because if you came from Canada or whatever, you just you're not you're American. America's not even Canadian. You're a Canadian, so that's like looked upon with culture. You're African culture. Even if you're not, you could be white and African and be known as having culture. Anywhere you could be somewhere in South America or Brazil or anywhere China, Alaska, all these countries. It's culture. That's your culture. But America ain't no culture. When you're America, you have a whole different look upon. They look at you as you some kind of damn. Okay, damn. It's an object. So so when I came back, oh my god, I would just see right through. I was like, wow, this is what this was all about the whole time. That's what it's all about the whole time. Okay, because if you got money, if you rich, if you got money, if you a rich person, say if you rich just on your finances, just on your money, period. Maybe you're just rich as a person. This is a person is that there is. Then you guess what? People are marketing off you. You're making other people rich. You gotta think like that. Forget about thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have all this money to spend. Nigga, please, we made movies about that already. Remember Richard Pryor, Brewster Millions. There was a significance behind all that, a great significance behind all that. So what people need to understand is all this, all this, all this stuff that I be thinking about. There's no need to think about it. No need to think. It's a waste of time to think about the stuff that we put out. All this information, all this news, all this BS we read about all the time, and stuff don't even. Majority of that stuff don't even be true. It's all make believe speculation about what we think or whatever. Like the stuff that we do know, we don't say. Nigga, you know the truth. You better keep your mouth shut. That's what we don't want. We don't want to discuss it. But it's a cool game.